Namaskar, welcome. Kisan Mahapanchayat, Muzaffarnagar, Sunday, 5th September 2021. The whole country is abuzz. Within Jai Kisan Andolan, we decided that we have put out a lot of material on social media and mainstream media where the leadership of Jai Kisan Andolan has come forward, explained what were the reasons for this Mahapanchayat and what exactly happened there. But we got a feedback that most of our material on social media was in Hindi. And well, for those who are more comfortable in hearing about the Mahapanchayat in English, we decided that we should do a Facebook Live, a bulletin in English. So here goes. Who called this Mahapanchayat? The Sanyukt Kisan Morcha United Forum of Farmers, which is the banner under which a platform through which 550 organizations, farmers' unions, associations have been holding the farmers' protest at the borders of Delhi. So, what made Sanyukt Kisan Morcha shift their attention from Delhi to Muzaffarnagar? That is the interesting question. Here are some visuals from that massive rally. If we are seeing it, yes. I want to speak later about this, but first you see the photographs. Well, Sanyukt Kisan Morcha decided to do the rally at Muzaffarnagar because Muzaffarnagar has a historic importance in the farmers' movement and in the independence movement of this country. This district and adjoining areas saw the 1857 uprising, the first battle of independence. In 1922, there were similar mass movements there. In 1942 also, there were mass movements. We decided to go to Muzaffarnagar primarily because the clearly identified enemy of the Fatah party, the BJP, started its divide and rule politics in India from Muzaffarnagar in 2013. Elements who believe in dividing the Indian people caused a riot on religion, riot based on religious hate in Muzaffarnagar in 2013. And thereafter, the graph of the BJP rose exponentially. So through hate, through religious hatred planted at Muzaffarnagar, the BJP came to power in India and in Uttar Pradesh. Sanyukt Kisan Morcha decided that it is time we went to Muzaffarnagar and corrected many of the historical mistakes that took place and the historical misuse of the Indian people by the BJP. So, the Mahapanchayat was declared many weeks ago, and all the 550 organizations participated in the Mahapanchayat. The Sanyukt Kisan Morcha organized the Mahapanchayat locally at Muzaffarnagar, of course. The Bharatiya Kisan Union, which has its stronghold and base in Muzaffarnagar district, were the organizers. And historic announcements were made from this Mahapanchayat. I'll come to that a little later. There is some controversy about how many people attended. Well, to put to rest all number debates, let me just tell you clearly that this was the largest Kisan rally in Muzaffarnagar, arguably in Uttar Pradesh, and perhaps in the history of farmers' movement in India. I was there with my founder, Yogendra Yadav, with my national vice presidents, Colonel Jaiveer Singh, Deepak Lamba, my Uttar Pradesh president, Manvendra Singh, my president of Muzaffarnagar district, Pushpendra Singh, I'm sorry, Pushpendra ji, and more than 1,000 supporters and volunteers of Jai Kisan Andolan. We reached on Saturday night, and by then, the meeting ground was already half full. There were hundreds of langars where all the farmers who had come from far and near were being fed. And as always happens in farmers' rallies, we all found hospitality and accommodation in Muzaffarnagar. From the stage where I was sitting, I would estimate the crowd in the ground was more than 2 lakhs. But Muzaffarnagar, the whole city, was blocked by people. Anywhere between 10 to 20 lakh people attended the Mahapanchayat. It really was a mega rally. There were sound horns all over the city, and those who could not enter the ground where the Mahapanchayat was being held heard the leaders speak on the public address system. More than 60 speakers addressed the farmers, and I'm extremely happy to say there were at least 15 women farmer leaders who graced the stage and addressed the audience. It was history in the making, and all of us who were there were physically part of that history, and the tens of millions of people who've already watched it on social media, on videos, on pictures, on television, and have read about it in the newspapers, now have come to understand that all along the Prime Minister of this country was lying to the nation when he said that the farmers' movement is dead. His party has been shouting from the rooftops that the farmers' movement is dead because a few farmers, disgruntled elements, had gathered at the border of Delhi just to give trouble to this government. But most farmers in India were very happy about the 3 black farm laws that the Modi regime has imposed on the farmers. A ridiculous statement, if you look at it from any aspect of logic. But that's the story the BJP was spinning. However, the Mahapanchayat clearly showed the nation that more than 2 million farmers gathered together at this rally, and they came from all states and all union territories. The farmers, as I have oft mentioned, are demanding guaranteed profitable price for their crops. It's a reasonable ask. And why would the Punjab and Haryana farmers only ask for this guarantee? Why will a farmer from Tamil Nadu or from Manipur, or for that matter from Gujarat, not ask for a guarantee of the price of his produce? So, what was announced in the mega rally? I look at the announcement in 3 layers. There was the national layer, there was the state layer, and there was the local layer. At the national level, the important announcements were from here on, Sanyukt Kisan Morcha, or SKM, will travel to every state, every union territory of this country, and will form village level, block level, district level units of SKM so that this massive platform of farmers reaches every village of the country, and every farmer, every villager can participate in this mega movement that is being fronted by the farmers at the borders of the Delhi, but which really is and should be the movement for all farmers in India. So that formation of organization all over the country was the first major announcement. The second was to show the collective strength of the people of India. A bandh, a general strike, was announced on Monday, 27th September. Now, this is not an announcement. This is not going to be a strike by the farmers alone. Students' organizations, youth organizations, women's organizations, all major trade unions, all trade associations, all civil society organizations are coming together for this general strike to send a message to the government that India is united in demanding that the farmers get price for their crop, guaranteed remunerative price for their crops, and the food security of the country is therefore kept intact. The Modi government has been trying to hand over agriculture, agricultural trade, and retail in food to its chosen corporate friends, which of course means that all of us will be choked by the prices that they dictate, and will have to barter away our sovereignty, our food sovereignty, to corporate profit interests. That's what the elected government of India is trying to do. And on 27th of September, those who elected this government will send a message to this government that we do not accept your policy of appeasing your corporate friends. We have elected you to look after our welfare, to look after our income security, our food security, our happiness. And if you don't do that job, here we are on the streets protesting against you. And it's for you to take note of this. So these are the two major All India announcements. At the state level, the Uttar Pradesh state level, the announcements were more specific. The first announcement is that henceforth in Uttar Pradesh, farmers will socially boycott all BJP leaders, their MLAs and MPs in Uttar Pradesh. The boycott will be in the same pattern that is being used in Punjab and Haryana. Wherever these leaders go, farmers will reach and display black flags of protest, black flags showing their complete distrust in the BJP leaders. All protests will be peaceful, and as we have seen in the last 9 months, the violence starts from the government. The farmers have not yet reacted and will not react because we are running this protest on pure, clear Gandhian principles of peace, peaceful, democratic protest, and our right to do so as guaranteed under the Constitution. So, social boycott of BJP leaders. Protests and sit-ins will be held in front of the business sites of these crony capitalists, their petrol pumps, their malls, and all their business centers. The public will be made aware that these are the leeches who are sucking away the lifeblood of the common people of this country. The third decision is that Sanyukt Kisan Morcha will again go from village to village in Uttar Pradesh and create village level units, spread information about the demands of the farmers, the rights of the farmers, and will get the farmers together in one mass protesting against this anti-farmer government. Besides these three important announcements at the Uttar Pradesh level, and I repeat, one is social boycott of the BJP leaders, second is social boycott of their crony capitalist friends, the third is organization building all over Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. I must also mention Uttarakhand, and making the farmers and the villagers aware of the issues of the movement. At the very local level in Muzaffarnagar, a message of peace was given from the stage of the Mahapanchayat. As I told you before, it was in 2013 that the seeds of hatred were sowed in Muzaffarnagar by the BJP and its allies. Sanyukt Kisan Morcha from its stage announced that henceforth Muzaffarnagar will be the district of peace. There will be amity between different religious groups. There will be friendship between the different caste groups, the Khaaps and the Biradris, and all of Muzaffarnagar shall rise as one, be one, and will resist any attempts by the BJP to divide the society there, to create rift, and to electorally gain from that rift. So BJP's electoral caste engineering will be countered by the peace engineering of the farmers' movement. These were the major announcements made from the Mahapanchayat. The other important announcement was that immediately following, similar Mahapanchayats will be held in every district headquarter of Uttar Pradesh. I beg your pardon. In the next 3 months, every district headquarter will see such mega Mahapanchayats, mega Kisan rallies. We hope that this collective show of peaceful gathering and by the masses, by the majority population of this country, the farmers and the villagers, will at last awaken the BJP, which is ruling at the center and in Uttar Pradesh, and make them realize that they can't swim against the current. And the current is that the BJP government at the center must repeal the 3 black farm laws imposed on the farmers and must bring a law guaranteeing remunerative price as stipulated by the National Commission of Farmers or the Swaminathan Commission, which guaranteed price must be on cost, composite cost, C2 cost plus 50%. I do hope I have been able to give you a brief snapshot of what happened at the Kisan Mahapanchayat at Muzaffarnagar on 5th September. Now I request you to join me to watch a short video, and we shall close the bulletin after that. That was a video from outside the meeting ground. These were the people who could not find space in the meeting ground. That gives you an idea of how many people, how many farmers assembled at Muzaffarnagar. I look forward to speaking to you again and bringing to you information, images, and the total story of the farmers' movement that is now raging all over India. The farmers' movement is here to stay, and it is for the government now to react appropriately, understand the mood of the nation, and act in accordance with that mood. Thank you for joining.